Hi guys, Tiffany from Life of Lee's here. I'm trying to get another video recorded for you guys in this sitting while I have some time. In this video, we are going to talk about what do you need in order to homeschool. And I'm really going to break that down into three different categories. So the first category was going to be things that you have to homeschool. Things that I feel are absolutely necessary to have in order to homeschool your child or children. The second thing will be things that are almost have to have, but not 100% necessary. So we'll say they're like, in my mind, like 90% necessary. So if you do not have them, do not have access to them, absolutely cannot, then you can still homeschool with the first things that I'm going to talk about, but these would be great additions and are pretty close to necessary. And lastly, the third category of what you need to homeschool is going to be those luxury items that make homeschool easier or funner or what have you. So I'm going to try to keep it pretty simple. I mean, I feel like I could list a million things that you need to homeschool, but they're not really needs. So here we go. We're going to try to break it down and talk about what you need to homeschool your child or children. Okay, so in the first category of what you absolutely have to have in order to homeschool your child, it's pretty simple. 1, access to reading material. So that could be a library card, it could be books you have purchased, it could be a Kindle, internet access. There are so many ways to have material to read. So many different ways, especially in today's time. So, number one thing you have to have in order to homeschool your child is access to reading material, period. And the second thing that is something that you absolutely have to have in order to homeschool your child is tools to write with. So, tools to write with, paper and pencils or pens or any type of thing that you can write on the paper with, really. So those are the absolute have to have. That is it. Those are the only two things that you absolutely have to have in order to homeschool your child. Access to reading material and something to write with. That's it. So in the second category of what you need to have in order to homeschool your child, this is things that are not 100% necessary. So it's going to be the things from the first category and computer access, if not your own computer, with internet. So whether you have your own computer and internet home, or your library offers computer and internet, or you, let's say, have a Starbucks near you that has internet access, but you have a computer you can use. So a computer with internet access. I say this because I believe in this modern world, it is important to at least learn the basics of using modern technology. So it's extremely important that a child at least learns very basically how to type, what kind of basic programs are out there, how to use them, and how to access and use and look for things on the internet. So like I said in the beginning, the second category is things that I would say are like 90% necessary, maybe even more necessary than that, but it is not absolutely 100% necessary to have that computer with internet access, but I think it's pretty important. Okay, and then in our last category of what do I need to homeschool would be our luxury items. So in this category, you would still need your access to reading material, your tools to write with, your computer with internet access, and a printer. Why do I say a printer? Because you can create your own curriculum, you can use free resources, your child can print off things that they can use within their own education. So many things, and also it can significantly reduce your cost of homeschooling to have a printer. And the other thing under those luxury items that I would recommend is a microscope. So obviously you can see more things, you can see things in better depth. It can really add that extra layer to a child's studies of all different kinds of things. So luxury items, a printer, and a microscope. Again, not 100% necessary. You can homeschool without them, but I think they're pretty significant items that if you can manage to have them is huge. Okay, and even though this is not really a category in itself, I'm just gonna say extra, read all about it. What else would I possibly need to homeschool my child? And here are some things that you might need to homeschool your child because you might feel they're necessary. They are not necessary, but they would be great additions. They're not really luxury items or necessary items or anything like that. They're just things that if you can manage to have them around, be great to have. So obviously coloring items, I'm looking at my list. So crayons, paint, markers, any of those things that you can color with. I don't care if your kid's 4 or they're 14, being able to add color and depth and dimension and use art in some way, shape or form can be awesome. Number 2, organizational supplies, binders, buckets, files, just anything you can think of that's an organizational item of some kind, whether it's something your child can use or you can use to organize items yourself, great to have. Number 3, mommy tools. Mommy tools would be like the 3-hole punch, laminator, all those kinds of fun things that are so not necessary, but let me tell you, they are fun to have. They really are. When you can use the big paper cutter and get the straighter line and then laminate it and bind it and blah, blah, blah. So fun. And just make things, I don't know, they look more fun and entertaining, and like I personally want to use them more. 4, all the books in the world. If you can give your child access to every book in the whole entire world, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. And number 5, all the educational DVDs. Like, can't go wrong. Whether it's digital or an actual DVD or what have you, there are so many educational DVDs out there that are great. Let's say you're feeling sick, or you're having a heck of a day, but you don't want your child to miss like a whole day of school, pop in an educational DVD. Let them learn about animals, the human body, what have you. Great little filler items. So those are all like some great extra things that I wouldn't really call luxury items or necessary or whatever, but they're just fun, wonderful, great things to have. But really, so that's it. I mean, that's what you need to homeschool. What you absolutely need to homeschool: access to reading material or something to write with. Not 100% necessary, but a great addition. For our category number 2, a computer with internet access. And for our category number 3, luxury items, all the above, and a printer and a microscope. Absolutely necessary things to have, okay? Again, not all 100% necessary, but you get what I'm saying. So if you have been sitting here wondering about all the millions of things you need to buy or are gonna have in order to educate your child, think about it no more, because if you can't afford it or you don't want to have that junk in your house or what have you, it is not necessary. You can educate your child, and you can educate them very well with very limited resources. So anyways, that is it for this video, and if you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the red subscribe button if you want to see more. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.